I'm Mar.
And it's the Need to Know. So guys, we're back. I can't curse, remember I'm on a detox.
Oh, okay, okay. Did you break it though?
I whispered it, so it's okay. But I did break it. But we're starting over.
Oh, okay.
I'm on a detox of cursing. So this is the thing. If I start cursing, you know, Shamar's just gonna like nudge me mad hard. Okay? Copy. So guys, we're back. This is our wonderful season 5. Wow, 5. That's, ugh, I wanna curse so bad. It's crazy, right? Okay, we took a little break. Our season, you know, our season ended like a couple months ago, like the end of summer, no, the beginning of summer. Yeah, and we took the whole summer off. If you follow us on social media, we had a showcase. I'm gonna talk about that real quick. That's what we're supposed to say. It was really interesting. We're gonna tell you, the showcase was about, you know, networking. That was the main thing about it. And it happened, you know, so that's what I'm proud about. But overall, you know, things was up and down, but we made it happen. It came out pretty good. There will be an episode soon, a video. Oh, shout out to Better Angle Productions because he was the one who recorded it for us and he's gonna make it poppin' so you guys can see. Yeah, pretty much. So let's talk about season 5. Oh no, let's recap season 4. Yo, okay, let's look on social media because I definitely don't remember.
What happened in season 4? It was a minute ago.
For real, I'm sorry guys, you know, season 4 for us was like far away. So season 4, I felt like, you know, it wasn't our spiciest, but we did have a lot of interesting guests, you know, that they came on the show. People who had, for example, we had What's a Good Guy, it's a podcast, so make sure you follow them as well. We had a couple of artists. We have fashion, we had Dom. We did talk about, you know, having our own show and building like that up, partnerships and stuff like that. Yes, we did have one clothing designer. That was Jay. It was TLC Upscale. Boom. I think that's all like to really recap because it wasn't really too much of a thing we did. It was more about guests last season. This season, you know, it's more about we will have guests. It will be where like they'll be our co-hosts, so they'll be hosting the show as well. And then we'll have a few game days. We're gonna have a lot more than we had in the past, so that's kind of a pro. So that's something that's coming. Also, what's coming back is heated topics. You know, when we first started the show, we brought up heated topics, but we're gonna do it a lot different. So we'll have questions. Sometimes it won't even relate to the topic. It will just be like, this is like our little time to go to the heated topic. So you'll be able to, you guys have so many more chances to be a part of the show and like get a shout out. So you have, when you vote for the poll, you have when you participate in the heated topics, you're able to give us topics as well to put into the polls.
You can basically do anything. Yeah,
this season you could do anything in order to get a shout out. So make sure you do that because the more that you participate, you know, the more that your name will be in our little basket and you can get a shout out. Also, if you are interested, we aren't taking any more guests, but you can let us know because we'll make sure, you know, we have the time next season to do that for you guys, you know, keep you guys on the list, talk to you, All
right, so the release date stays the same. It's gonna be Sunday. The release time is 7 p.m. We'll have a preview for you on all social medias at 5 p.m.
Also, you know, sorry guys, we didn't show you guys, but we have new shirts.
Okay.
In fact, he wants to be jacked up and not have the appropriate jacket on to show you his shirt.
My bad.
But, you know, as you know, the black shirt had our Instagram names on the arm and our name on the back. This time, our names are on the side, on the arm, and our Instagram name is on the bottom. This is short sleeve, guys. Oh, I forgot to show you. It's short sleeve, so yeah. You know, we didn't get to wear it in the summertime because we didn't film, so. But, you know, this is our new shirt. We are planning on getting, you know, sweatshirts and so forth and so forth. Well, that's all for right now. So, of course, you already know we gotta get into our first topic, guys. I'm so excited for this topic. Okay, ready? You ready?
She's very excited.
I'm mad excited. I have so much stuff to talk about. Okay, ready? Hi guys, I'm Ree.
I'm Mar.
And this is the Need to Know. So guys, welcome to season 5, of course. So today's topic is virginities, body counts, and sex toys. So when I came up with this topic, guys, it was some random thing, and I don't know, but it's interesting because I got a lot to say. This is not like a topic, like we're gonna go like step by step, like virginities, body count, sex toys. We're gonna say like our questions we had, and we're gonna talk about like, you know, obviously, you know, our personal opinions, what we've been through, so forth and so forth. Of course, you know, we have to get spicy because this is our first episode, and you know, we just come with the spicy topics. So we're gonna start with our heated topics only because we're introducing it back for this season. So any other time though, in the future, our heated topics will be towards the middle of our episode when we're doing like, you know? So the first question we posted up that when we first made this topic, so it was, can any relationship last up to 6 months without sex? Your options was of course or not. So let's talk about it.
Serena sent me this question. I'm not gonna lie, like it took me some time to decide which side I'm on, because at first I was on the fence about it. I'm like, it can, but it's like difficult, and it's like, nah, then yeah. So I came to the conclusion that you can survive 6 months in a relationship, but my only thing is like it gets really, really hard because temptations fall around. You start thinking about it, but to be honest, I feel like if you can last 6 months, like you get to know the person better, and then when it does come up, like when the 6 months is over and it's time for that time to happen, the sex is a lot better, mainly because like you know the person very well, versus like if you was to just go straight to it. Yeah, it's gonna feel nice, it's gonna feel good, but after a while you lose the spark because it's like, I don't really know who this person is.
Well, my answer is, personally, I didn't really think about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of wanted to hear what everybody else had to say, because you know. But what I do want to talk about is, you know, the opinions of who voted. So basically, when I first looked at it, a lot of people voted, and it was just really interesting because the amount of people that said of course were men. Like the majority of them were men that said of course, and the majority of people that said nah were females. Being a female, looking at that, I was just like, wait, shouldn't it be the other way around? When I looked at who like was voting, like some people I knew, obviously the other people I don't know, like know them, so like I wouldn't really be like, oh, you know. But it just was funny because men usually would be like, oh, you know, like some people would be like, oh, when you ready. And some people be like, oh, well, this is what I want from you. I don't feel like you should rush that in a relationship. I feel like that's more of like your vibe towards the person. Because if you could just talk to them, and that goes to, I got you right now. This is the first shout out of the evening because this person gave me a response. This goes to Sus the Greatest. So he was like, oh, it depends. If the relationship is complete excitement, then the sex won't really be on your mind. I personally agree with that because, you know, if you are constantly out, even if you're inside the crib, if your mind doesn't go towards that, obviously during the day, you're gonna be like, oh, this nigga look mad good, oh, this girl look mad good, you know? But if you're not jumping on that person or you're not like leaning towards that, then obviously, you know, it's more to that relationship than you just wanted to get into bed with them.
Oh, well, actually, somebody else replied on mine too. They basically said what Serena said. They said, if two people are really for each other, they don't need sex. They can just enjoy each other's company. Sex isn't a necessity, it's just an added bonus. Shout out to Reese5, there's Matt underscores in there. I'm putting it in the video. But the thing about it is like sex is, I'm not gonna say it's overrated, but it's like, it's such on a high pedestal that it's like, people twist the way that sex is like, oh, you need it in a relationship, when you actually don't. It's just, there's so much more to a relationship than just, you know, making love or having sex. It's like getting to know the person, actually vibing with them, chilling with them, actually having a conversation. So
like, I think it's a necessity, but not a necessity that's like, oh, like I need to have like necessity. Like, but it is a necessity. Yeah, but I don't think it's like, oh, this should be at the top of my list when I get with somebody type of thing. So that was the first question. The second question was, I won't give a shout out to because not really a lot of people replied.
Gabby said,
nah, Gabby was like, nah, like this was the one with the body count thing.
Does body count matter?
And yeah, that's what I was surprised. Listen, I was surprised when she wrote that. That's what
Gabby?
That's what I'm seeing. That's what I said. Wait, I think I have more though. Let me see.
I don't believe you got me.
I don't either, but I was like, whatever. Well, before we get to that, it was how long would you wait to have sex with your significant other? So I had to talk about this because it was a trick question, just so you guys, if you guys figured it out or not. So everybody voted for when the time is right. Maybe they did know the trick, that's why they didn't vote for it 3 to 6 months. But I'm gonna assume that y'all didn't know. 3 to 6 months falls into when the time is right. So if you said when the time is right, you kind of voted for both, but I'm not gonna get into that because you voted for when the time is right. I agree with all of you guys, you know, because at the end of the day, it all depends on how you move, like your vibes and that person's vibes. If that's what you guys want to do, if that's how y'all feel, then y'all gonna have sex when y'all want to have sex. End of the story. Like, y'all ain't gotta talk about, oh, you gave it to me 2 days later. Who cares? Like, that's your business. Like, if that's what you decided to do, it's because you felt comfortable enough to do it. Boom, that's it. That's the only thing I need to say. So somebody be like, oh, but okay, are you mad? Bye. So I agree with you guys. And then the last one, does body counts matter? All right, we gotta talk about this one too. Because, all right, so we're looking at it, right? And the people who said that, well, this was the first screenshot. I had another one, I don't know where it went. Again, men voted the highest about if it mattered or not. A lot of the females said it didn't matter. Now, again, that's another thing that the thing should have been flipped. But, you know, society's changing, and I'm guessing, like, guys are getting a little bit more emotional. But no, not even that. Like, you know, a lot of, even the same thing, girls are kind of getting like, oh, I don't care type of shit. Damn. He's not even.
I wouldn't, like, I'm hearing her because it's like, I'm used to
his regular.
Yeah,
it's his regular, so it's just like, it's like very Serena vocabulary. But anyways.
We won't count it.
Facts. That's my little one mistake I could get. So, you know, society, as much as society is changing, you know, females and men are like thinking differently and so forth. And I feel like, you know, it's a good thing. But again, even with that in the back of their mind, guys, you know, before it was like probably like, oh, they didn't care, that's your business. Now it's like, oh, now I cared. Now, oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do that. You understand? So it's like, it's pros and cons to it, but we're gonna get into that too because that's one of our little things about it. Regardless of who you sleep with, like, that should be you and that person's business, like whoever that was. It should not be no one else's business. So, you know, if you slept with all these people, who gives it? Like, that's not your business. That's that person's business with each person that person was with. Like, listen, as long as you're not 10 and young doing stuff like that, it shouldn't matter. Like, you grown, do what you gotta do, that's your business.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure, especially if you're in college, you're gonna do what you want to do.
It's bound to happen.
Especially if you live on campus. If you have your own place, and so forth and so forth. You're going to do what you want to do. End of the story. So there's no way that you should be judging anybody. And again, you have no right to judge nobody, so that's not your business. Again, now we're gonna talk about our wonderful topics. Okay, so first one, virginities.
Virginities, it's a touchy subject.
Weird
because,
topic.
Yeah.
It's a weird topic.
It is. Because, I don't know, everybody's different. Like, everybody has their unique story to it. Like, some people treasure it a lot. Some people is like, I don't really care. Like, it happens when it happens. I don't know how to explain it, but mainly my whole, like, basis on it is whenever it happens for you. Like, don't think because the next man's got his taken at, like, 16 that you have to get yours taken at 16. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you're not expecting it to happen, like, you're not thinking about it. It's just like, yo, you find somebody, you like them, and then you guys feel like the time is right, and then poof, it just happens. Like, for me, like, I didn't lose mine until, like, I was 18. So, and most of my friends lost at, like, 16, 17. So it's not something to really think about. Like, it just happens, and then, like, you don't even talk about it afterwards. It's like, all right, yeah, I just had sex. Like, unless you, like, one of those guys that was, like, fiending to lose it, and then you go to your boys and you're like, oh, yeah, I lost my virginity. Like, But it's like, after you lose it, it's like, okay, you go on about your day, you move on to the person. Like, if you want to go in a relationship with that person, then you can. If it was just one of those things where you just wanted to get rid of it, then you get rid of it and you just move on and go about your day. So I don't really think too much of it. Like, it's just like, yeah, I lost mine. All right, cool.
My personal, like, okay, so my personal opinion about it is more like, you should do it when you want to do it, but when you're ready to do it. Don't just do it because, you know, someone else is doing it, or don't just do it because, you know, it's like a whatever thing. Like, for me, it was a whatever thing. I was just like, you know, when I was ready, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like, I did it with somebody that I cared about, you know, but it's just like, if you just do it to do it, like, that's just you wanted to do because you wanted to, like, do it because somebody else did it. And I don't feel like, you know, you should, even if it takes you a million years to do it, by all means, like, it's for you. Like, it's for your, like, your pleasure, your comfort. It's not for anybody else. Again, just don't make it be with somebody, you know, that you don't really think that it should. Like, if you're not feeling any vibes, like, obviously don't do it with them. Because if you're just gonna do it just to do it, like, at least feel the vibes. Like, at least be somebody that, like, you cool with, like, you talk to, you do this with. Like, other than that, it's when the time is right for you. Now we're gonna talk about body counts. I have a lot to say about this, guys, just so you know.
The last one will be difficult, bro.
Oh, sex toys? Okay, so back to the question that we had earlier about does it matter? Okay, for me, I personally don't really care what you do with your fucking life. Like, what you do with whoever you do before me, or not at the time as me, that has nothing to do with me, you know? So it's like, okay, you know, people sleep with other people for these reasons or that reason or blah, blah, blah. But again, wasn't you doing the same thing?
Pretty much. So,
you know, you shouldn't really, again, there's no reason you should judge nobody about nothing, because at the end of the day, you know, you're nobody to nobody. Like, your life is your life. So don't ever let somebody be like, oh, you do this, you do that. And because you have this amount of people that you slept with, oh, you're this, you're that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna be like every other girl that be like, oh yeah, it was 3, it was 5. And knowing damn well it was not 5, like, or 3. Like, no, like, yes, it's not like, no. If someone asks you that, okay, be like, why does it matter? Or just be like, oh, you know, it's my business, that's it. Like, if they don't want to talk to you after that, like, that's their business, that's their loss. Like, no, like, you should be able to feel comfortable with your business, because at the end of the day, you did not sit here and put your dick in nobody for no reason. You did not sit here and sit on somebody for no reason. So,
bars.
So, you know, you have to understand that when it comes to your own bodies, it's for you, it's not for nobody else. If someone's judging you because of who you sleep with or how many people you slept with, like, be like, okay, that's not your business, or just walk away. Because at the end of the day, honestly, I'm very, like, verbal about shit like that, because my bad. I'm very verbal about things, about that topic, not because, like, you know, whatever. It's just because I feel like people should be able to express themselves that way, regardless of, like, if you're a man, if you're a female. If this what makes you, again, I personally think that sex is good because that's such a good stress reliever. No funny, if you're really stressed, and if you don't drink, if you don't smoke, and you like to have sex, like, yo, like, that's the best stress reliever. Like, no funny, like, you would be Gucci in the bed, like, chilling. I'm telling you. But not like, just make sure, you know, you're safe and it's with somebody you want to be with, or this is like, you agreed that this is what you're trying to do. Other than that, it's all up to you. Like, cause, you know, you're gonna be in college, you're gonna see some fire person, I'm telling you. Like, she looked beautiful and he just looked mad good, and you're gonna be like, yo, you're gonna probably be drunk, or you're gonna be smacked, you're gonna be something. You're gonna be like, you're gonna have some type of courage, and you're gonna go up to them, and you're gonna be like, yo, no funny, I'm trying to take you home with me, or I'm trying to come home with you, or yo, do that. Like, that's for you. You may never see them again, but that's for you.
I mean, I don't got nothing to say about it. She basically said everything. Like, that's your business and nobody but yours. My only thing though, like, if I'm with you and you say, like, you had like 15, I think the reason why people kind of look at it in different ways, because it's like, there's so many diseases out here now that it's like, you slept with 15, like, all right, let's go get tested or something, like, just to make sure, because I'm not trying to,
Since you brought that up,
you feel me? Like, so.
I was gonna talk about this in a different episode, but I got you, because you brought it up.
That part. But I don't know, like, to me, besides that, like, I don't really care, because it's like, whatever happened before me, like, there's nothing I could do about it, and it's not my business, so.
So guys, because Shamar brought this up, I was reading the other day on Twitter. It says you could see this online too. And also you could actually look up this, go to the Center for Disease Control and you can look it up. You'll go to newyorkcity.gov, you could look that up. So basically in the US, you know, STDs reached a high record, like in this year alone, well, 2017. Safe sex is good sex, you know, but you know, if anything were to happen, regardless, you know, condoms break or you just, this is what you do, like you just like how you wanna no, I'm no judging over here. Like, listen, we all do what we do, like, that's it. But you should always try to, you know, go to the doctor, get tested. Even if you be like, oh, you know, I did this and I got tested, blah, blah, blah. And if they decide to do it, you know, again, you can't force nobody to do nothing. So as long as you know you're Gucci, I feel like, you know, just be like, again, if you do what you do, try to go every 6 months. So if you get a new partner, you go then, you know, it's for you and it's for everybody else as well. So as long as you're safe, you can make sure everybody else is safe. So basically within this year, 2.3 million cases was reported that, you know, people have had like these STDs. So, you know, if you don't know, some of the common ones are gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia. It's another one, but I don't remember. No, that's it. It's only 3. So just so you know, if you have chlamydia and you don't treat it, it could turn into syphilis. I believe it's that one. If not, it's vice versa. It's chlamydia then syphilis, but I'm pretty sure it's chlamydia. Again, you could go on the Center for Disease Control and everything like pops up. Like you could click on a thing. You could also go on newyorkcity.gov. Mind you, I found this on Twitter. So, and it was like on trending topics. So, yeah. So you know, you should, it's just good to be aware of these things because again, it's for your personal safety and others. So boom, from 2013 to 2017, 31% increase. So from 1.8 million to 2.3 million. That's how many of the cases increased in STDs. Mind you, this is diagnosed. So also, if you didn't know, this is important for females and men, just so you know. But if these are left untreated, well, for women, you won't be able to get pregnant. You could have high risk in like pregnancy losses, so you could have miscarriages, you could just not be able to be fertile. Because these, like, it does affect, you know, your fallopian tubes, it does affect your uterus in general, so. And of course, you know, it increases your chances of having HIV and AIDS. So guys, you know, make sure you get tested again. Even if you just be safe, you go every 6 months. If you have a new partner, you should go every 3 months. Like, well, every time you get a new partner. So the last one is sex toys. So me and Shamar had this conversation while during like we was doing the showcase, and we like fake did an episode, but we never put it out about sex toys. I feel like, you know, a lot of people aren't comfortable talking about sex toys or trying to get sex toys or this, that, and the third. But sex toys, if you watch 50 Shades of Grey, those are considered some of the sex toys, you know, whips, handcuffs. Of course, you know, you have vibrators and things you put it up the girl's vagina. Mind you, just so you guys know, those things can go in a men too, so they have those for men as well. But that's only if you into stuff like that. But I'm just telling you, like, if you go into a sex store, like, they have things for men and female, and some of the things can go for both. So okay, so we did talk about this when we was on Between Palm Trees. Shout out to Between Palm Trees. One thing I said was like, you know, you should use a vibrator and have sex. Telling you guys, best sex of your life. Cause it's just like, okay, I'm gonna explain it because maybe you guys are at home like, what is this girl talking about? So basically, you know, if you've seen a vibrator, obviously a female vibrator, you know, they look like dicks and but some of them don't look like that. They have bullets. It's like a little round, like a little, that looks like a bullet. You have the cock rings. You have like little things that go in your vagina. Like, it's mad stuff. Like, I'm telling you, listen, go to the sex store. You can see it. Like, if you use a vibrator and you're having sex, like, it stimulates the girl, but it can also stimulate the man. So you just have to know like how to use it, basically. Because even if you're using it on the girl, like, you can still feel it. So this is this is a short topic because I don't think Shamara has something to say.
Yeah, I think I talked about this.
I feel like the question is like, would you use it? Like, would you try it? Basically.
Would I try it? I mean, I'm open to try new things. I think I explained this. Yeah, I said this on the radio show. Like, I'm not really like I haven't experienced life yet. Like, you know, like my partner here has, you know, but I don't know, like I'm open to new things. Like if my partner wants to try a sex toy, like I'm down to do it. Like, of course I'm not gonna feel 100% comfortable because like this is my first time, or like I'm so used to the original, like, you know, it's me putting it in her. But yeah, I'm open to try it. Like I don't really mind. But I don't know nothing about no guy using that.
I mean,
that's weird.
So would you do stuff like 50 Shades of Grey?
I mean, I've seen snippets of that movie. Like,
no, you have to read the book. No, let me talk about this real quick. If you've seen 50 Shades of Grey, the movie, you need to read the book. Like, if you didn't read the book and you just seen the movie, read the book. Because the book tells you, like, everything that they done. Like, the thing, so for example, that something could go inside of her, that's where that's from. It's a vibrator that well, it wasn't a vibrator. It was like balls, like little balls, like marble, like not marble, but like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it was like little balls and it went into her vagina. And like now, like they have something that goes in, that you could put into the girl vagina and then you have the remote and you could click it and it starts vibrating in her. So that's what I'm saying, like these are things that you guys can experiment with your significant other with and be like, oh wow, like, you know, yo, jump out your bubble. But that's what I'm saying, like that, like it had that part in it, and like and it's like they were outside at an event and he was like doing this to her. Like I was like, that's different. So if you guys, you know, want to talk about, like, want to respond or comment about any of what we talked about, you know, virginity, body counts, sex toys, you know, tell us your experiences, so forth and so forth, you can still respond to us. You can still talk to give us your responses. Other than that, our second poll will be up for you guys. Oh snap, we didn't say who won the poll. So the winner is drippy.moh_. So shout out to him. So the next poll will be out, you know, during the week. We're gonna do the same thing. We're either gonna have a topic and a game day. Following week, we will have our first guest of the season, and during the week, we will also have your chance to answer the heated topic questions. So make sure you look out for that. The more you vote, the more your name will be in here. You know, this is a clean slate, so everybody gets to start over, put your name in the basket. Last season was last season, so because we're done, you could have a chance at a shout out again. All
right, so you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at _wewant.moore and Snapchat at wewant.moore.
Make sure you follow our wonderful shows page on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. It's the Need to Know Show. Make sure you do follow that because I will be posting everything on there from now on. Constantly, you would have your topics, you know, your polls, all that good stuff. Of course, you can still follow me on social media. I won't be posting as much, but it's _FRoses with a V, not a U. On Instagram, on Twitter, and Snapchat, it's FRoses with a V, not a U. As always, make sure you like, you comment, you share, subscribe. Bye, guys.